Amazon gave me plastic, but I gave it personality. Get ready for a resin makeover. So I ordered this little turntable situation from Amazon, and honestly, I thought the concept was pretty cool. And my dining table is massive. It is an 8-seater, so I figured this would be a fun functional addition, especially when I'm hosting, which I do a lot. And you know, it'll help pass around food without people having to play Twister across the table. Anyway, first things first, opening it up and putting it together. And the dining table I'm referring to is actually a resin one that I made ages ago. So if you want to check that video out, I will link it down in the description. It's giving sad, lazy Susan that has seen things. I mean, the plastic is so cheap. These rubbery pad things are so bad that I'm better off just taking these off. The color is all wrong, but that one I knew. This is gonna need a lot of work.
Nothing we can't fix.
But don't worry, we have resin and we have a bougie ambition. So let's get to it. So I went ahead and took those heat pads off because honestly they were extremely tacky. And now we're basically unassembling this whole thing again because we need to spray paint this black. It came white, which totally clashes my dining table vibe. But hey, you know, if a white works with your setup, obviously skip this step. And if you wanted to do another color altogether, do that. I'm using this spray paint, which is specifically made for plastic. It's quick drying, super handy, and I will link it for you guys because I've got you covered. So I'm laying down the first coat here. I have grabbed a couple of cans because we're going to do a good few layers to get that rich, even finish. So mask up, stay safe, and here we go. And while I'm getting this spray down, I just want to give a massive shout out to Alison Wonderland of Resin. First of all, iconic name, but thank you so much, Alison, for all the love, the comments, and the support on my channel. I see you and I appreciate you. So the spray paint is all dry now, but as you can see, we've got these holes from where I took off the heat pads. We obviously need to address these before we pour any resin. And what is my go-to quick fix? It's always UV resin. Just a little bit of regular tape on the back, flip these over, fill the holes with some UV resin. Easy does it, no drama, no mess. And by the way, while I'm patching these little holes, I'm curious, what is the most unexpected item you guys have ever resined? Have you looked at something and totally randomly thought, yep, I'm gonna pour resin on it? Tell me in the comments. I need to know I'm not the only one constantly fighting the urge to resin common household objects. Okay, we're finally ready for some resin action. I've got my J Diction Officials resin all mixed up, ready to go. And the colors that I've picked are nothing too wild this time. I'm keeping in with the theme of my dining table, so we're talking gold, grey, black, a little moody, a little dramatic, just how I like it. I'm starting off with the gold and I'm just laying it down in some veins because we all know that metallics can totally take over a piece if you're not careful, and I don't want this to be all gold. So I'm keeping it subtle and letting it peek through in places while I balance out the rest of the colors. Then comes grey, then comes a black and a bit of clear, because I always like adding a touch of clear because it gives a little more depth and dimension. If you haven't guessed already, this is going to be pretty abstract, just a nice flowy vibe, but nothing too structured. Now that the colors are down, I'm just going to go ahead and start spreading it out with a popsicle stick and making sure the entire inner circle is covered with resin. Oh, and before I forget, Sky wants to remind you to like, comment, and sub if you haven't done that already. As you can see, he's ready to pounce if you don't. He takes engagement very seriously. Now that everything is poured and in place, I'm going to go ahead and pop the bubbles and leave this to cure. I like using isopropyl alcohol for this because not only does it pop the bubbles beautifully, but it also helps create some fun cells. And because this is an abstract piece, I'm all for that organic vibe.
the next day.
These are now cured. I can go ahead and take those tape bits off the back and we can now assemble this thing. Now it does come with a lot of the turntables and honestly it's more than what I need on my table. So I think I'm just going to use 5 and call it a day. But hey, you do you. Use as many as you feel like, or depending on your setup. Once everything was set up, I did notice that a few spots needed a little bit of a touch up. Nothing major, but just a bit of wear from like the assembly. So I sprayed some spray paint into the cup and used a brush to brush up those areas, and that was it. It did the job. Here it is finally on my table. I love how it blends right in. It belongs. Like I mentioned, I've only added 5 turntables and I feel like it's just right. I think it turned out so fab. It's functional, it's cute. It's definitely not giving Amazon plastic anymore. If you've enjoyed this little makeover moment, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and let me know if you'd like to see more resin flips like this, because I definitely have some ideas brewing. I hope you've enjoyed this one and I shall see you in the next one. Bye. If you've enjoyed this video, YouTube thinks you will like these too, so go check them out.